Hi everyone. I'm going to start my vlog video with my opportunity and challenge that I was presented with. So, as you can see, my opportunity was to have a cart of iPads or Chromebooks and a smartboard in my classroom. And the challenge was to have 2 students with physical impairments, being hearing or visual. So I chose to do my UDL principles under the engagement section, which was 8.3 and 8.4, to foster collaboration and community and to increase mastery-oriented feedback, which you can see highlighted in yellow on the screen. So the website I found that fit under this principle was called Edmodo. So here's the URL. I'm going to click on it. So as you see it popping up, this is the main site for Edmodo, and as you can see, it is a free account. So that's pretty awesome to be free, and you have the option of starting your account as a teacher, a student, or even a parent. So I'm going to log in. I already have one, so I'm going to log in with Google. And here is my opening page. What I really like about the site is it has a lot of options for if you're struggling, because there's a lot going on. There's a lot of tabs, a lot of buttons, and starting a new thing can be overwhelming. So I like that they have this help center here and support within your community. So I really like that. First thing you can do when you get on Edmodo is create a group. So as you can see, you can name your group, select the grade or range you want. So if you're 6 through 8, like I am, or 9 through 12, your subject area can be all. The group who it's primarily for, so if you create something that's for your teachers or your students, and then you click create. And since I have already created one, then you go to manage your groups. So here's PE period 1, which is for my 6th graders, and it takes you to the specific group you created. What I really like about Edmodo is this group code, and it gives you a specific code for each group you create. So you can have a group for each one of your periods of the day, and you can't get them confused because you just give each period the group code, and you have all the students just bam right in that period, and you don't need to mess with anything else, which is really helpful. So what I'm going to do, and you invite group members here. You can email invites, give a printable handout, which I really think is cool for especially middle school students. They need that actual handout. Next, I'm going to go to the assignment center. So when you're ready to add your first assignment, this pops up. And what I really like is how many options you can have. Like, there's not just assignment. You can do a quiz on Edmodo. You can do a poll, and you can even do what they call a snapshot. Now, a snapshot hits on my second UDL principle, which is increased mastery-oriented feedback. With a snapshot, it's built into every account, or your teacher account, and it has the power to regularly gauge student progress. So as you can see, you just select your standard, assign an assignment, and then you get results instantly. So with quicker, clearer assessment on learning, it leads to better feedback, and it leads to seeing where your students need more help, what you need to hit on again in your lesson, and it takes the guessing out of it. You don't need to sit there and worry if your assessment is good or not. So I really like that option for Edmodo. You can check your students' progress in the grade book. So I'm going to go So after you do an assignment, it goes to the grade book, and here. So I want to see the progress on my first period. So I go to that, and it takes me to their grades, and I can view group to group, student to student immediately, all right there. And then there's these things on Edmodo called badges, and I feel like these badges are just another way to see what your students are mastering and what you need to go back and fix with these students. So that hits on my 8.4 UDL principle. The other thing I really like with Edmodo is this spotlight idea. And with Spotlight, it's your chance to upload, share, or even sell educational content. I mean, all of it's free, except for obviously the ones you want to sell to Edmodo, but these are just ordinary teachers just putting out the information they've either found or used on their own students. So it's just another library for you to have more ideas for what you want to do for your class. So that's another little cool thing that Edmodo has. What I really like too is, as you saw on the homepage, was this idea of a parental account, and that is beneficial for many reasons. In the fact that the parental account, you can see your students' assignments coming up, what's turned in, what's past due, important announcements, events, and reminders. It makes the parents even more involved with their students' learning, and that's all on Edmodo. And it shows when and where your child needs support, which, as we all know, sometimes we feel like parents aren't as fully engaged with their child's learning as they want to be. So this Edmodo creates and fosters that collaboration and community, that the UDL principle of 8.3. Edmodo does that all on this packaged in this beautiful site. Another thing I like is the Edmodo planner. It gives you a breakdown of day-to-day tasks coming up, tasks you want to create, just a larger view of everything. So the last thing I'm going to hit on is the challenge. So if I had 2 students with physical impairments in my classroom using Edmodo, I would definitely say that this is great for a hearing impaired individual because it's all visual. They can see, everything, every assignment is posted in a visual way. Like, I can use pictures, and, with my first period, assignments and polls and everything can be visual. So that shouldn't be an issue there. And they have that that iPad or Chromebook. So that's good. And with the hearing impairment, Edmodo might be not as well, but that's another way of fostering collaboration and community with this help of other students. If I had a visually impaired student, I would have my other students make sure that they know how to get on Edmodo, that they help and are always there for that student. So that's all I got for you. I hope you found this video beneficial, because I sure like Edmodo and I can't wait to use it in my future career.